Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, thanks so much for coming along with me. Today we are on our way up to the mountains. I'm going up with my kids and grandkids. I'm so super excited. I'm going to start the trip off with a grocery haul. I'm also going to fry some chicken with some mashed potatoes, some corn, and I'm going to make a big breakfast. Thanks so much for coming along with me. All right, we made it to the cabin. I'm going to do a quick grocery haul. This trip is myself, my youngest, and my daughter, and my son, my oldest son, my daughter-in-law, and both my grandsons. So kind of full circle moment, which is nice. But the grocery haul, I'm going to show you what I have. And then my son is bringing up water and some juice, and my daughter is bringing up soda, watermelon, and some hamburgers. So
Sorry for the sideways shot. It will straighten up the long way after the grocery haul.
Non-alcohol beer. I got waffle mix. This right here is to fry chicken. This is the flour and seasoning. I brought it from home just to have it. And then I got some bread. We have Gushers. We have chocolate donuts. We have cookies. I got tuna fish, and then some cornbread and some chips with our cheese sauce that we like. I did bring some vegetable oil, and I'm not sure if I showed the potatoes, just regular russet potato. Oh, not russet, but regular potatoes. And then some cheese for grilled cheese, possibly. Grilling beans, a little thing of potato salad, creamer, hamburger buns, and then breakfast potatoes, and some Impossible sausage patty. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of go over the meal that I'm doing. So if you saw, my oldest son, because he's been out of the house for a while, he's married with a child, you know, when they come home, you kind of want to make them one of their favorite meals. So for him, it's fried chicken and mashed potatoes. So I did get the halal chicken. This chicken is raised a certain way, killed a certain way, and I do believe it's blessed a certain way. And so anyways, this is the chicken that my son and daughter-in-law eat, and you can just get it at Winco. It's just halal. And so I get the drumsticks so that I can fry them, but I've had the chicken breasts as well, and let me tell you, for the price, it is so competitive to just regular chicken. There's not a skimpy piece, and the chicken breasts are nice and plump. So we're going to do for dinner one night fried chicken, mashed potatoes, Jiffy cornbread, a little potato salad because only a couple people like that, and then I will make the grilling baked beans. So that is for one night, and then we're also going out to dinner, and then tonight it is just myself, my daughter, and my grandson, and then my youngest. I actually brought, if you've seen in previous videos, I make homemade chili. I actually put some in the freezer and brought it. I'll heat that up over the stove later on tonight, and they can have that with some chips, just as a dinner, because we did stop along the way to eat. And then I also have biscuits and gravy for one morning, and I'll just use one of these patties and kind of, you know, break it into pieces and put that in with the gravy for biscuits and gravy. And then I did bring hamburger buns. My daughter is bringing some hamburger meat, so we may have hamburgers one time, but like I said, we're also going out to dinner. And then I also brought tuna so that we can do tuna sandwiches for lunch one time, and then we can do grilled cheese as well. So that is everything. I do have soda, but I already put that up. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this all away, and I will check back in a minute. I got it all cleared off, and then I went out to the car because I knew I forgot something. I was like, what am I missing? The vegetable to go with the dinner. So I did get some corn, if you saw me pick that up at Winco. I don't know if I filmed that because that takes 2 hands. Anyways, so I did get some corn to go with the fried chicken and mashed potatoes. A pack of diapers, just have an extra one. They'll both bring diapers, but you know. And then I did bring some extra milk, and then my son and daughter are each bringing some milk as well. So there we go. Now I'm going to put this away. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on and say hi real quick. It's much later. No, you can't really tell because it's not that dark yet, or at least it doesn't show that on the phone. But I am going to get ready to make, well, not make my chili, but heat up my chili. I brought, as I said earlier, some chili that's frozen from home that I already made. And now I'm just going to put it in the pot, heat it up. My daughter should be here pretty soon. And yeah, then we'll eat and I'll check back in a little while. Thanks so much for coming along with me today as I'm kind of on my little trip up to the mountains. I really appreciate you coming along. Here I put the pot on. I did put it on medium high just for a little while, just enough to kind of take the chili and get it out of the Ziploc bag here. It is frozen. I put it in the Ziploc bag and then laid it flat in my freezer so it was easy to bring up. So I just kind of had it on a higher level till it defrosted a little bit. And then I did go ahead and turn it down so that it would just simmer as it continues to warm up. I didn't really need to add any more extra seasoning. It still was pretty flavorful, but what I did need to do is add a little water. It was pretty thick. And then I decided to chop up about 1/3 of the onion here and add that just to kind of wake it up. Once I put the onion in, I went ahead and hit it with a little bit of black pepper. And then I turned it down and just let it simmer. And then as my daughter got closer, I sprinkled a little cheese and dinner was good. This is the next morning. We are on our way to a farm. We are trying to beat a storm that is coming. And here's some clouds, yeah. And as you can see when we get there, it is sprinkling, but we still had a really, really good time. It's like I'm off. My grandson, Moo, had the best time feeding the animals. He just laughed and giggled every single time. This was his first time to the farm. My other grandson, he's been here one other time before. And then, of course, my children have been here multiple times. It was a lot of fun. You like that? Once we finished with the farm, we went ahead and went inside. It's like a fruit stand outside, and then inside is a little store. It's very, very cute. It has so many little cookie jars, a lot of little bird houses and knickknacks. Also a Christmas area. But we came in to grab our kettle corn, and we did grab a little bit of fruit. This kettle corn here is so good. And they also have a lot of barbecue sauces and spices. But we did beat the storm and make it back to the cabin. And then once we got back, I went ahead and started dinner. So on tonight's menu, I am making some fried chicken legs. They are halal chicken, as I showed earlier. I am also cooking some of this sweet corn. It is so good. So I'm going to put that in a pot in the back. And then I'm going to peel and mash some potatoes to make some homemade mashed potatoes and some baked beans. This is sweet corn. It is so good. Once I finished shucking the corn, I went ahead and moved on to my potatoes so I could get those all peeled up
These were, I don't want to say annoying, but a little bit, because they were so kind of small and shaped differently. You know, those big Costco potatoes, you can get a good hold on them as you peel. But anyways, peeled the potatoes up. And then what I like to do when I'm just boiling potatoes is I like to just cut them up into sections, because that way they'll just boil a little faster. I also do add salt to the water as well. Here I'm adding a little sugar to the back pot where the corn is. I like to boil the corn in sugar. I also add a little bit of butter. While I have got the potatoes and the corn going, I went ahead and took a little bit of this Impossible burger meat, seasoned it up, and cooked it there on the back, and that will go into my baked beans. So now I am filling up a skillet with some oil where I'm going to fry the chicken, and then after I've rinsed and patted my chicken dry, I will season it with my typical seasonings of my garlic and my onion, pepper, and seasoning salt. Now, because this is garlic salt, I'm not adding any other salt right now. And I also have the seasonings in the flour as well. So now what I do is I just take the chicken and I dredge it through. I think it's called dredge, but take it through the egg and then go ahead and put it in the flour and get it nice and breaded up here. And then I just add it to the hot oil. Make sure your oil is hot and ready to fry so that your chicken doesn't just absorb it or sit in it. And then as it was frying out here, we saw this little bunny, so super cute. So I had to get a little clip of that, and then I come back into the kitchen, and this is how everything is looking.
Hopping like a bunny.
Now that the chicken's frying, I'm going to go ahead and put the cornbread in the oven. So I just did the Jiffy cornbread mix. What I did do, however, and I don't think I filmed it, is I did add a little bit of honey into the mix. So the cornbread was a little sweet, which was super good. So I put that in, and now my potatoes are ready to be drained. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Once they're drained, of course, I'm going to add a little butter, if you've seen any of my videos, and some salt, pepper, and a little bit of milk. At home, I have a hand mixer that I use, but here there was a different type of mixer that you'll see. It's more like a pulser, so I went ahead and used that. However, what else I add to my mashed potatoes is sour cream. It just, in my opinion, gives a little bit more flavor and helps to kind of smooth it all out. Anyway, so I went ahead and mashed those, added a little bit more pepper. I did decide to add a little pinch of garlic salt just for some extra flavor, and of course, a little more butter. So here's how everything is looking. I've got my baked beans here on the back with the Impossible mixed in. And now I'm pulling out my cornbread, which is ready. Looks so good. The chicken is finished, so I'm just using a fork and taking the chicken out. I like to put a paper towel down to absorb some of that grease, but it all turned out really, really good. Nice, crispy, golden brown. As my last little batch of chicken legs is finishing up frying, I'm going to go ahead and drain the corn. And then what I like to do once the corn is drained is add a little butter inside and let it just melt around the pieces of corn back there while it's sitting in the pot. And dinner is ready.
My grandson's eating chicken.
Well, dinner turned out really, really good. I would have filmed doing the dishes, except my daughter-in-law jumped right in and did them for me. So that was super sweet. So once that was all done, we headed down to the lake for the sunset. It was so beautiful. The kids just played around. It was really nice. I want to thank you so much for coming along with me today. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one where I'm going to have a lot of cabin cleaning. I'll have some more cooking. We're taking a trip into town, and your girl is going on a kayak. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.